Hi Capricorn, welcome to May. This is Teresa from Tarot by T. And before I get started with your reading, I want to go over the astrology for this month. So May 1st, today, we have Pluto going retrograde until October 11th. Then on May 5th, we have a full moon eclipse in Scorpio. On May 7th, Venus moves into Cancer. On May 16th, Mercury goes direct after having been retrograde for the past 3 weeks. And Jupiter moves into Taurus. Then on the 19th, we have a new moon in Taurus. And May 20th, Mars moves into Leo. And May 21st, the Sun moves into Gemini. So let's see what the cards say for Capricorn. What does Capricorn need to know about love and relationships for the month of May 2023? What is coming up for Capricorn? What does Capricorn need to know? The Four of Cups, the Star, the Five of Swords, the Seven of Cups, the Ace of Pentacles, the Temperance, the Three of Pentacles, the King of Swords, the Five of Pentacles, and the Moon. And the card at the bottom of the deck is the Six of Wands. Okay, so with the Four of Cups energy, this is a card of dissatisfaction and boredom. So you may be feeling not appreciated or valued by a partner or someone that you're interested in. There's a cup coming out of the cloud, but this person is, so someone is offering you love, but you're not sure that this is the right offer, or you're not accepting it. This is a person who's sitting there contemplating. And the energy of that card is saying, you know, I'm really not happy with my current situation, but I'm not ready to change it. If you're in a relationship, you may feel like your partner could show you a little bit more appreciation, make you feel more valued. You're not really feeling the love. And even if you're not in a relationship, you're feeling bored, like maybe I should, and you're thinking, you know, maybe I should look and see what else is out there. Even if you're not in a relationship and someone's offering you a potential, you know, you may have options to choose from, but they're not exactly what you want. Like there's no one around that you're really interested in if you're single. If you're married, you're feeling like your partner should, you might be going through a slump in the relationship. Now, the good thing is you have the Star crossing. The Star brings hope. The Star is wishes fulfilled, hope, a dream. So whatever you're feeling right now, I feel like it's just temporary. You're like just in a slump period in the relationship. And the Star is saying that you can achieve what you want in this situation, whether it is greater harmony in a current relationship or attracting love in a new situation. In the past, you have the Five of Swords. So you might have been in the past involved in a toxic situation. And I feel that you had to leave. You had to cut your losses and leave. This is, if you're in a current situation and there are there could be some toxic things in that relationship that you can't fix. So you have to accept, you have to say, okay, maybe my partner's not perfect. There are some things that I don't like. Sometimes they can be hostile. Sometimes they can be vindictive. Sometimes I feel like I'm dealing with their hostility, their anger. And you have to ask yourself, can I live with these things because there might be other qualities that the partner has that you really like. If your answer is, yeah, I know this person's not perfect, but I can live with the downside, with the darkness, the dark side, then you just have to accept that I'm not going to change this person, because the Five of Swords energy, you can't change. If you can't live with these things, then you have to cut your losses and move on, because this person's not going to change. Now, that's for people who are in a current relationship. If you're not in a relationship, you could have been with a very toxic partner, and the relationship may have ended, but it's still affecting you. So you left someone that was really toxic, or someone that was hostile, vindictive. You may have felt victimized by this person. And now you're kind of like judging every new partner, worried that I don't want to repeat this past. So you're looking at someone really, really scrutinizing them, like, is this person going to be good for me? I don't want to go through what I went through, so it's still influencing. So you may have some healing to do around a past relationship. The 7 is in your recent past, so you're in this period of transition. So you are transitioning away from the past and that toxicity and, negative experiences. And you have the 6 of Wands here, which is a victory card. So I feel like you can overcome whatever happened in the past, but you have to heal from it, if you have to talk to a counselor, whatever, you have to get past it. Because you can't make the future partner pay for the sins of the past partner. Now with the 7 here, you may have more than one option in love. Or you're thinking, maybe you haven't even approached anyone, you're just thinking, well, there's this person I could be interested in, or there's that person that I might, and you're imagining what a future partner would be like. If I give up this current situation, what do I want? But you're not taking action. You're just dreaming about it. You're thinking about it. Coming up in the future, you have the Ace of Pentacles and the Temperance card. And the 3 of Pentacles. So I feel like on some level also you're going to have some career success, regardless of the partnership issues. But the Ace of Pentacles, usually that represents something tangible, something that you can actually achieve in the material world. It's not just a wish or a dream. So you can achieve the partnership that you want. And the Temperance card is telling you you're being guided. This is like divine guidance telling you, yes, follow if you're getting an intuitive feeling to go in a certain direction, follow that, because it's like you're being led to go in a certain direction. So the Temperance is also about balance. It's about 2 people. Like you might meet someone who's very different than you, or you might be with someone who's very different than you, and you have different ways of approaching life and love. So you have to learn how to blend your energies together. You're compatible, but you're different. So you have to adjust for the differences, and you have to learn how to compromise and learn how to meet each other halfway and create some kind of win-win where both parties' needs get met. Because Temperance is about balance. Sometimes it can be work-life balance. Are you too focused on career and not giving enough attention to finding a partner? Or are you too focused on career and material, getting secure, and not being there for your current relationship? The thing is to balance both. You don't have to give them up. You don't have to give up one for the other. But you have to find that balance of energy where, okay, I'm spending time at my job, but I'm also going to make time for my partner. We're going to go out and have a date night. Or I'm also going to make time to get out and socialize with my friends so I can maybe meet someone if you're not in a relationship. So if you've been too focused on work, which is a typical thing for Capricorn, because Capricorns are the hardest working signs of the zodiac, they can actually fall into the workaholic realm. So make sure you schedule downtime and fun time as much as you schedule work meetings and work. Because if you don't do it, it's not going to happen. I mean, there's always something to do, right? And so Capricorns are kind of like, and I know because I have Capricorn rising, you want to get stuff done. I don't want to go out and have fun if I know I have things to do. I want to get my stuff done and then I'll go out and have fun. But then sometimes you just have so much going on, you never get it done. And then you never get out. And then you get burnt out. So don't do that. Make time for fun this month. Make time to get out and socialize and possibly meet someone. You have the Three of Pentacles here. This is a card of career success and recognition. So I feel, for some of you, in addition to this love situation, there could be a job offer coming in that's going to bring you more money and greater recognition, but it may not happen right now in May. It may happen at the end of the year. So because the Ace of Pentacles relates to December, January, February. So I feel like, and plus with the star, it's telling you your goal is in the distance. You can reach it, but you have to, it's not going to be overnight. It's not going to be immediate. And you may have to learn to compromise in the meantime. But career success is coming. It's just that this is in your negative thinking sector. Like maybe you're feeling like, well, I can't achieve what I want. I don't have what I need. I think you may have to work on your worthiness, a sense of worthiness. Feeling like, yes, I do deserve this. Yes, I will be accepted. In your environment, you have the King of Swords. So there could be someone in your environment, could be an air sign that's interested in you, or you're interested in them. The King of Swords could be Gemini, Aquarius, Libra. And even if it's not that sign, I mean, that could be their sun sign, could be their rising sign, could be their moon. This person is doing a lot of thinking. This person is very discriminating. They don't just go out with anybody. Like, they don't do anything without giving it a lot of thought. And this person's trying to figure out what's real from what's not real, So I feel like this person's trying to sort out their feelings. And sometimes you may feel like they're not interested because the King of Swords they give this impression of not being approachable. They're very they seem unavailable or emotionally unavailable because they're not ruled by their heart and they don't make decisions based on what they feel. They make decisions based on logic. So it's kind of like Spock, as opposed to some romantic, partner. So you may feel like, oh, I don't even know if they care for me. Do they care at all? They don't ever show their feelings. They're all logic or what makes sense. And, where's the love in that, right? But they are very intelligent. They're good communicators. And they do a lot. Sometimes they live in their head. And sometimes you may feel they're a little bit harsh at times, or they have very high standards. In your wish fulfillment sector, you have the Five of Pentacles. So I feel like you might be going through some kind of financial instability. And so maybe you are looking for a new job that's going to pay more. The other thing the Five of Pentacles means, you may feel like you're an outcast in your current situation. Like, I'm on the outside looking in. I don't feel like I belong where I'm at. I don't feel like I'm accepted. And you could be going through a mild depression, or you could be dealing with someone who's going through a difficult time. Going through a depression or feeling unworthy, feeling not good enough, feeling like they have nothing to offer. If it's not you, it could be someone else. It could be someone that you're involved with or that you care about. And you might be helping them through a difficult time. Because this is a card of, and that person with the moon here, it feels like things are confusing. You may feel, the moon card can be, you could be dealing with someone who has emotional issues or mental issues that they're struggling with. The moon could also represent your feelings, like, I don't know if I can trust this person. Like, you have trust issues because of what happened in the past. So even if someone approaches you, a part of you might be, maybe you're even acting like this King of Swords, where you're pushing people away, like, I don't know, I don't trust anybody. I went through hell in relationships. I'm afraid to get back involved, because the moon is about, you're questioning someone's loyalty. You're questioning, can I trust this person? There's things that you just don't know. You're letting your imagination fill in the blanks of what you don't know. So the moon is a card of vivid imagination, dreams, imagination, sometimes illusion, deception. On the positive side, it can bring creativity and inspiration. But on the negative side, you could get a little paranoid, thinking like everyone's against you. So you don't want to go there. You don't want to think everyone's against you. But you are very talented. You have the Three of Pentacles, the Ace of Pentacles, and the Moon. You're very creative. I feel that at some point you're going to see, like, don't fill in the blanks of what you don't know. If there's information you need to know, you need to go and speak to the person and get it from the horse's mouth. Don't listen to hearsay. So if you're not sure if someone cares about you, ask. Don't imagine, oh yeah, they probably don't like me. They're probably cheating. They're probably doing this and that. Don't let your imagination run away with itself where you're thinking negatively about a situation. On the other hand, also don't let your imagination run away where you're thinking too positive, like, oh, this person's just wonderful. They could do no wrong. You have to find that balance. You have to see that reality. And Capricorns are pretty good at seeing reality, being realistic. Sometimes you may be too realistic. But out of all the signs, you're the least likely one to be fooled. Whereas, like, let's say a Pisces might be more romantic, romanticize things. The water signs in general, they have this beautiful dream in their head. But the earth signs are more practical. But I feel like at the full moon, there might be some information coming out that will help you clarify things and help you make a decision. So if you've been trying to make a decision, because the Seven of Cups can sometimes mean, I have all these choices, I don't know what to do. So you might be at that stage in a relationship. I don't know what to do. Do I stay with this person and try to help them? Do I try to fix what's wrong in the relationship? Do I move on, cut my losses and move on because it's an impossible thing? I can't change this person. Or it could even be a job thing where do I stay in this job or do I look for a new job? Because right now you're in this state of boredom and dissatisfaction. You're in that energy right now. But that's not going to be forever. I think eventually you're going to move out of that and move into a more successful period. And we'll find out when I go over the astrology, we'll look at that. But I feel like the main thing is you have to realize that you are talented and that you can achieve any goal you set your mind to. Because Capricorns are very determined and very ambitious. And they go the distance. You're very disciplined. So you can achieve anything, and you know it. And you're good leaders. Capricorns are good leaders. They're hard workers because they usually achieve their goals because they don't give up. So as long as you don't give up on your goal, you're going to reach it. But you may have some hurdles to overcome before you get there. And one of the hurdles is pessimism, negative thinking, feeling like you're not worthy, feeling like you're not good enough. If you're feeling any of that, get rid of the negative self-talk. And the other thing is trust. Capricorns have a hard time trusting other people. So if you're going to be in a relationship, you have to trust your partner. If you don't have trust, that's the foundation of any relationship. If you don't have trust, you have nothing. Because you can't love when you can't trust. You can't open yourself and be vulnerable if you don't trust your partner. So that's something you may need to work on. But I feel that you can have what you're looking for. It may take a while to get there, but it's coming. So one thing I don't want you to do is don't exist in a state of dissatisfaction. If you're not happy with something, either fix it or leave it. So let's see what the angels have to say for Capricorn about love and relationships. But, I always ask about love, and sometimes I get career things in the reading. The tarot tells you what you need to know, not always what you want to know. And so for you, I feel like career success is coming. So whether you achieve your love goal or not, there's career success on the horizon, probably by the end of this year. Okay. Ooh, I got two. I think I'll read both of them. Okay, surrender. Remain positive about the future of our planet, for all is part of humanity's evolution. There is a divine order to all the chaos which you perceive that exists in the world. Nothing will ever truly change until we learn to love and accept all that as it is. Lovingly surrender your judgments and expectations, and your life will magically transform. And the other card that came up with it, gratitude. Thank you. This is a heartfelt thanks to you from someone you recently helped in some way. I, your guardian angel, also wish to thank you for the unconditional love you emanate to the earth, humanity, and those around you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You are eternally blessed. May peace, grace, and love forever guide you along your sacred path. Okay, so let's see what astrology has to say. Let's see what's going on. If I can get these cards. Okay, so we have a Scorpio full moon eclipse, a lunar eclipse on May 5th. And that's happening in your 11th house. So that's the house of friendships. It's the house of dreams, hopes, wishes, the groups that you belong to. So something is coming to completion around this full moon. Something is also going to be revealed around this full moon about your friendships. So the moon is in the 11th, but the sun, Mercury, and Uranus are in your 5th house. That's the house of romance, fun, creativity, children. So you may get some surprise news or messages about a creative project. You may get an unexpected message about a potential romance. Maybe a friendship, someone you know just as friends or someone you know through the groups that you belong to may approach you. And with Mercury retrograde, it could be someone from the past, someone you already know. Maybe you lost contact with them. They reach out and they want to get together. But Uranus always brings surprises. And when Mercury and the Sun, Mercury is going to be moving toward a conjunction with Uranus, but it's close enough now that it's being influenced. Mercury conjunct Uranus, it brings innovative thinking. It brings inspiration that's out of the box but very creative. So if you're working on a project and you're finishing up something, you're going to be I think you're going to get a lot of recognition for it, where it's going to be out of the box, creative. So follow your intuition. So if it has to do with creative self-expression, you are going to be unique and innovative. It could involve technology. You might be working on something that involves technology. But whatever it is, I feel like it's going to be well received, or you're going to be finishing up something and completing it around this time. Mars is in your 7th house. It's trining the moon, and it's sextiling the sun and Mercury, and maybe not so much Mercury, but Uranus. And that's in your 7th house of partnerships. So someone definitely, with Mars in the 7th, someone's definitely going to approach you around this time. Someone's going to reach out. Because Mars gives courage. And it's in your 7th house, so it means the other partner is going to be the one initiating. But also, it's a good time for partnerships, for business partnerships as well. Mars trine Uranus, whatever you're working on, it's going to be good. You have also the North Node in Taurus, and Jupiter is conjunct the North Node. Even though it's in your 4th house, it's close enough. It's coming to the end of Aries. It's so close to Taurus that it's conjunct the North Node, because the North Node is only 3 degrees Taurus. So I feel like this opportunity, whatever you're working on, it's going to lead to better things in the future. It's going to lead to more abundance. And it's going to point you, the North Node is telling you the direction you need to go in. So there might be an offer that comes up, whether it's romantic or business or creative, you're going to feel like, I need to follow this. It's going to be more fun. It's going to utilize your talent better. You're going to be more creative if it's a creative project. If it's a romance, it may come out of the blue, and it'll be very fun and exciting with Uranus. It's going to free you up. You're going to feel more free. I feel like it's going to be a positive influence. Also, Saturn, your ruling planet, is sextile the North Node and Mercury. So, and it's coming out of Saturn's now in your 3rd house. So there's messages coming from all directions. You can get a message from a person you used to know that wants to go on a date or whatever. You could get a message from someone you used to know that wants you to get involved in a new creative project. Someone you used to work with, someone you know as a friend maybe, that says, hey, I'm involved in this new thing. You want to join me? You want to join this new group? A lot of things can be happening, but it's positive. Whatever you're doing with Saturn, The only thing is you have to speak up with Saturn. You might even, the third house has to do with communication. So there could be some communication project that you're getting involved in. Marketing project, communication project, technology, maybe a website. And with Mercury, there'll be writing involved. There'll be thinking, coming up with ideas, and you're going to be coming up with innovative ideas because you've got Mercury really close to Uranus in your 5th house of creativity and self-expression. So you're coming up with brilliant ideas. Write them down. If you get you know how sometimes ideas come to you and you don't have, and you're like sleeping or you're doing something, carry a notepad with you because you're going to be getting really good ideas. Write them down so you don't forget. But I feel like whatever you're committing to or whatever you get involved in, it's going to be around for a long time. It's going to involve work, but the work will pay off. Venus is in your 6th house, so your work environment is going to be more harmonious. Now, Venus is in Gemini. It's sextile Jupiter in the 4th. So things at home and work are kind of looking better. Both of these planets are moving into new signs by the end of the month. So Venus will be moving into Cancer, and Jupiter will be moving into Taurus. Right now we have Jupiter squaring Pluto, and it will continue. So you may have strong ideas about how to go about doing something, and you may butt heads with other people who may want to take a different direction. That's the only thing you have to be careful about. Don't butt heads. Just learn to compromise. Learn to create a win-win. Don't be stubborn. You have Chiron in the 3rd house, so you have some wounds to deal with around either siblings, brothers, sisters, aunts, uncles, your friends, your neighbors. Also, wounds around communication. Maybe you need to talk to someone about, maybe there might be some things going on in your family that you never talked about, but you were always hurt by. And maybe now it's the time to make peace with that, to have that conversation, to heal those wounds so that you can have greater harmony. Because I feel like Venus wants you to have harmony in your life. And I feel like with Saturn in the 3rd, you may have to have a serious conversation with some of your relatives. But that conversation can lead to healing. It may not be easy, but it can bring healing to the relationships. So then we have this new moon in Taurus, and it's going to be favorable to your sign. And the new moon it's on the 19th of May. At this point, Mercury has moved out of the retrograde period, and now it's going direct. So now your communications, there won't be like misconnections and misunderstandings. Things should even out, especially because Mercury's in Taurus. Taurus represents stability. But it could also represent stubbornness. So, you may be so fixed on your ideas, or people around you might be so set in their ideas, they don't want to compromise. You have to be careful of that. But this new moon is in your 5th house, and it's with Uranus. So definitely something new is going to pop up at this new moon. With Uranus there, it could be out of the blue. All of a sudden you get a call from someone. Hey, you want to get together and do this? Or, hey, I've got this great creative project. I want you to you're the perfect person for this job. So expect the unexpected when Uranus is involved. And Mars is in your 7th house of partnerships. And it's sextiling the new moon and Uranus. So it's going to be an exciting time. You're going to really feel like getting involved with this person. Either it's a relationship or a business partnership. And it's going to be fun. The 5th house is the fun house. It's been a long time, Capricorn. Maybe you've been working too hard. It's time to have fun. The only problem that I see happening is Mars is opposing Pluto in the 2nd house. So you could have some kind of power struggle around money. Maybe somebody wants you to do something for them, but they don't want to pay you what you're worth. Or you may have a friend or a partner that wants to borrow money, and you might have some challenges around that. And especially because Jupiter will be in the 5th house. That could also be money with having to do with children. Maybe you have a child that wants you to pay for everything, and you have to put a stop to it. You have to have some power. So hey, you need to get responsible. I can't be paying for everything. So there might be some power struggles around money with a partner or a child. So Venus is going to be moving into Cancer It'll be in Cancer by the time this new moon happens, and it's trining Saturn in your third house. So the third house is your local environment, brothers, sisters, aunts, uncles, right? Communication. You need to get out more. If you've been sitting home being a hermit, it's time to socialize, because you can find love that way through just running around the neighborhood. Venus trine Saturn, if you're not in a relationship and you are starting a new relationship under this aspect, there could be an age difference between the two of you. One partner might be younger than the other, or one partner, even if you're the same age, one partner acts more like a parent to the other. But Venus trining Saturn, it's a very sober connection. It's a very stable connection. So it may not be as exciting as some of these other players you might have been involved with in the past, but you're connecting with someone that you could go the distance with, and someone who can be nurturing to you, because Venus in Cancer is very nurturing. It's very huggy, touchy feel. Like, they'll give you a bear hug, and Saturn in Pisces, it can be very romantic. Saturn is not strong in Pisces, but that's good because it won't be so harsh. And it can actually help you to manifest a dream or a goal that you've been always wanting to have. Mercury is sextile Saturn from the 5th house, and Mercury is conjunct Jupiter and the North Node. So definitely a message is coming. Someone's going to reach out to you. If it's not a romance, it could be romance. It could be a child. If you've been estranged from a child, a child could reach out to you. It could be someone, a friend or someone that you've known. Someone could unexpectedly offer you some type of creative project to get involved in, or a job that involves creativity, self-expression. That's the good thing. And because Venus is aspecting Uranus, it could be unexpected. So it's like you didn't see it coming. So but all surprises are not negative. Sometimes the surprise could be a happy surprise. It's not always like, oh, I didn't see this coming, I got hit by a train, life does throw you curveballs like that. But sometimes life throws you a pleasant surprise, a happy surprise. And I feel like this is going to be a happy surprise because it involves the 5th house of fun. Like you may get invited out to do something really fun, something exciting, an invitation that you're like, oh, I never thought this person would call me. And here they are calling you and asking you to join them in something fun. So get ready for that. Get ready for some fun this month. And if you can't be all work and no play. Now you have Chiron in the 4th house, so there is some healing that needs to be done around your family members, your home, your early childhood. So if you could also, because of all this 3rd house energy, it's possible that you could heal relationships with family members, especially siblings, aunts, uncles, the immediate family, I should say. So there could be a time of healing and new beginnings too. But I feel like with this new moon in the 5th, you're definitely, some of you might have a new romance. Some of you might have a new, you could have a pregnancy if you're looking to get pregnant, because the 5th house is children, or a new relationship with children, or you could have a new creative project that you get involved in where you're utilizing your natural talents and abilities. Either way, it's going to be a pleasurable thing. The 5th house is the house of pleasure and fun and joy. And so I feel like good things are happening more towards the end of the month. The beginning of the month, the new moon eclipse, the lunar eclipse, the full moon eclipse, it's going to bring some truths to the surface. And maybe there could be some sudden endings or new beginnings involving friendships. Maybe you decide, these friends, you're going to get rid of the soul suckers, the vampires. Maybe it's time to cut out some friends that have been draining your energy. And then prepare for that new moon, because I feel like good things are happening toward the end of the month. And you're going to be in a happier place by the end of May than what you started. You're going to get out of this boredom and into getting out more and having fun and healing relationships. So that's my forecast, Capricorn. I know I went a little bit long this time, but I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, click on the like button, leave a comment. Click on the subscribe button. All these things help support the channel so that I can get greater exposure. So if you'd like a private reading, click on the link in the description box. It will take you to my website and we can get you scheduled. In the meantime, have a wonderful May, and I'll talk to you again next month. Okay, bye now.